Yeah. I know. Okay. All right. Let's jump into this thing. Yo.
Yo!
Welcome to a very special.
Where's my Santa hat? God damn it! I've made a horrible.
All right, Westin. I guess we have a little technical difficulty, a little hat difficulty action.
Wardrobe.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we're doing a special episode. We're at number 10, and it's around Christmas time in magazine years. So we're grabbing all our buddies and we're gonna go to the other side for a little bit. Rather than talk about Nintendo games in the magazine, we're doing everything opposite. We're gonna have a bunch of guests. We're not talking about the magazine or any magazine for that matter. We're just playing games and talking about them. But we're not playing Nintendo games. What are we playing, Westin? What's going on?
Brett, you know what else happened in 1989? Aside from all the issues Nintendo Power we just went through, the Sega Genesis came out.
Yeah, this is big. Is this the first time you would say Nintendo had like a legitimate contender, do you think?
In the U.S., yeah, because Sega had not been competitive, and then it's like a famous story. You can go read like Console Wars, or now there's like multiple documentaries about that time. Because in the U.S., Sega was able to take like half the market from Nintendo.
Oh wow, jeez, that's pretty. I didn't know. I always assumed it was Nintendo doing substantially better, but would you say Sega was actually? They took half of it. That's pretty impressive.
They did what Nintendo or whatever. It's a whole. We should. In 1989, it wasn't really competitive because it was just arcade games.
Yeah.
But sometime after that, in the coming years of the podcast, we'll cover the console wars.
Well, that is, I would mention, so Sega games I've noticed, I don't know if you could confirm if this trend is true or not, but they seem like they were always quite a bit ahead in graphically in the generation. It seemed like, so like right now this is like SNES graphics, but this is when the Nintendo's coming out. So that's a pretty big jump of quality.
It's a 16-bit console with blast processing.
Yeah, and then it seems like the Saturn was also ahead. Like that came out, that was the first kind of like 3D-ish console, and that was ahead of the other ones.
Oh, man.
With the Dreamcast. Is that true? Are they always like a year ahead of everyone else?
Yeah, I guess they are.
Console power?
I never put that together, but yeah, Sega has a knack for coming out early and not necessarily, that's not always a good idea, I guess.
Oh, really? You think that was actually detrimental towards their whole scenario?
Yeah, I think, well, the Dreamcast was cool, but like, yeah, the Saturn, they released it with no games and it was too expensive. And anyway.
Oh, is that, yeah, because I'm always curious, because I just know nobody owned this stuff, but I don't know, I feel like every kid would want it, because if the new PS5 or PS6 came out a year before every other system came out, I feel like that would be a hot item. But I guess I don't understand the inner works of the market from that time.
We could talk at length about like Sega and their missteps in the 90s.
But look, we got a whole crew.
Why don't you guys do it?
Hey, we should introduce our guests.
Yeah, all right. So we got a bunch
here?
of goobers. Everyone's bringing in a strictly a Sega Genesis game.
Chase, do you want to go first?
With my pick?
No.
Or just introduce myself?
It's Chase. Everybody, it's Chase Omark.
I'm Chase.
Yeah.
He's a biochemist.
I'm a biochemist.
Yeah, Chase, you have a minute. Do whatever.
I have a minute?
Yes.
I'm not gonna.
Okay, yeah, Chase has nothing.
Yeah.
Andy's back here.
Hello, my name is Andy.
Andy in the house.
Oh no, my hat fell off.
That was gonna be one of those shows.
I'm thrilled to be here. I love talking V games with all my bros, so this is perfect.
All right, and we got the Chad man. No mic at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Chad,
Sorry, buddy, no
Chad,
mic.
Chad, could you just yell? Hey, I'm Chad.
Hi,
We're not
Chad.
sure if that picked up or not, but
All right.
Hey, Chad.
I can translate. Chad said, "Hey, I'm Chad." And Chad, we're gonna be on. Chad does not really gauge. Chad should not be on this podcast. No.
So maybe we should talk about the format of what we wanted to do today. So everybody has come with. Wait, you already described this, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm
So,
just, like,
but
drawing
yeah,
a
I guess I
blank.
didn't fully go into the details of it. So we all brought in a Genesis game that we have some sort of personal connection to, and we're just gonna play a little section of them one by one, and talk about what that game is, and kind of just chat about the game for a little bit.
Yeah.
And swap through all of them.
Yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to play some Gunstar Heroes.
Boom.
Oh, man. This is a little... Do we want to turn this down a little bit? It's not that loud.
I will say,
Yeah, maybe.
do you guys know that
Yeah,
in this camera,
I was gonna say that.
camera is right in front of the TV?
You do have. Yeah.
Hey, Chad, we didn't invite you here for notes. But yeah, that's a huge issue.
So...
Chad, do you see a microphone to air your complaints to?
Let's not start this gang up on
Man, I'm sorry if this is truly getting up on you scenario, but this is the one scenario where not being a nerd is bad.
I am a nerd. I just didn't get a microphone.
That's true.
Only
well,
nerds
Chad,
allowed.
We'll get Chad a microphone. We'll get a crew on that. So let's. I'm sorry, Chad. Let's.
Have you guys ever played Gunstar Heroes?
Yeah. Why pick Gunstar Heroes? I guess we could dive into what made you choose it.
So I did not have a Sega growing up. I was a Nintendo kid, and I didn't play a lot of Genesis games.
What did you have Nintendo-wise?
Hang on. What's going on with my... Oh, here we go. Yeah, I had a Super Nintendo. I had a Game Boy. I had a Game Boy Advance. And, I just never really played Sega. And this is one of those games that's like, it always shows up on the best of list. It's really fun. Look at all the crazy shit that's happening on screen.
Yeah, I always love these games where I'm like, I don't know if you can actually be good at this game. I think it's just supposed to be like...
Well, so what's cool about...
And should we explain, this is like a shooter game, right? This is like... I guess if you're not watching the video, it's like a very cartoony kind of just rapid fire shoot. Like what would this genre be called?
It's definitely a shooter. This Treasure did this. Treasure is well known for their shooters. This guy is rocking me. I'm going to die on this red guy.
Yeah, the guy kind of looks like...
There we go.
I hooked
Kind
up.
of looks like Chase, honestly.
I hooked up Chad with a mic. Is that cool?
I got a mic,
guys.
I kind of view.
that's
you know,
fine.
how I look all the time.
So this one's actually a little easier than stuff like Contra because you have a life bar. You have like actual health. So it takes a while, like if this were Contra, I already would have gone through all my lives.
Yeah. Are you just saying it's easier because you can get hit more times and it's okay?
Yeah. See the vitality number over in the corner here. So there's just like tons of stuff on screen. I used to hang out in my college dorm room, play this game, and listen to Queens of the Stone Age in like 2002, and it was like my favorite way to kill time.
Is this where games were at in 2002?
Actually,
Well, this game came out in the 90s, but
one thing I'd be curious about with playing these games, because these are old Genesis games. One thing I'm curious is we have a lot of people who aren't like from this generation of playing me. Like Chase,
I'm not. Yeah.
Watching this, do you want to play it?
No, not at all.
Chad,
Really?
watching this, do you want to play it?
No, I don't. I don't want to play
Andy,
it at all.
watching this, do you want to play it?
Yeah, but I'm from the other generation.
Yeah, so it is like, do you think there are, Chad and Chase, do you think there are specific Genesis games where you'd watch it and be like, yeah, I would want to play it? Do you
I think
there's-
so.
Yeah.
I think what it is for me is like, I feel like these sort of like, there were a lot of these games, right, where it's just like a 2D side scroller beat 'em up shooter kind of thing. I've played a lot of them.
Yeah.
And like, unless there's something like new or interesting it's doing, I just get bored with it.
for its time, I mean, all this 3D stuff that's happening is pretty
This is
crazy.
cool.
Yeah.
For its time,
I actually like this guy.
This is probably great.
Do you feel like? Yeah, I guess Westin on the opposite side. Do you feel like? Do you feel like it could be argued that this is like, hey, this is like a genre of music we're not like our ears aren't attuned to, so we can't really tell the differences. So like when you see these games, are you actually clocking the differences? Like, does this seem very different than Contra to you?
I would say, I mean, I'd put it in the same boat as Contra as like a fun shooter that I just found later when I was looking through, old games that I'd missed out on at the time. So I would put this in like, I didn't listen to Led Zeppelin when Led Zeppelin were kings of the world. I listened to Led Zeppelin in the 2000s or whatever, and I was like, hey, this is still pretty good, even though I can tell it's very old.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at with this. I'm using the cheap easy mode gun here. This is just a homing laser lightning beam.
Oh, is that why your thing's been acting so weird?
Yeah, it's just targeting this is my preferred way to play this kind of game is so that I can...
You don't get good at these games. You just you just kind of like. I would say. I actually am a little bit interested in this game as someone from not this. Like, I would say they're doing a lot of cool stuff with Spectre. Like, the fact that you were, like, just sliding down a cool pyramid.
There's really good mobility in the game. I can do, like, jump kicks. I can slide. Like, there's just stuff that this game does that's, like, not normal for the time. I used to, listen to Millionaire by Queens of the Stone Age, and I would, like, jump kick and beat with that song, which I'm doing now, and I'm getting shot. But use your imagination.
I feel like games like this only are, like, appealing to me if they are, and maybe this is wrong, but if they have like nostalgic value, I'll replay stuff, that was on the SNES.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So you want like a game to be good?
Yeah.
Well,
this was in the era of like a million games coming out from a million different places because they were cheap and easy to make. And like a few of them were good.
Do you think the thing that you brush up, because I know you're a very technical player, like you really like technical, like you really like getting good at a game.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think just not having like a clear skill curve is what's brushing up against you?
I mean, this game has a skill curve.
Yeah, but like it's not in a way that it's easy to, I guess, put your hands around right away. It's not like Mario where you're clearly like, here's this level I have to tackle, and I very much have the tools to understand what I have to do right now. Where this, I don't really know how to be
messy,
good at it.
yeah.
There's so much going on that I feel like in order to understand the skill curve, I would have to watch a YouTube video or like meet someone who knows how to play the game to teach me.
To be
and
fair,
like
I think it might make more sense if you're actually playing the game because it's a very like I was saying, it's like a very responsive game.
Right.
Where you have a lot of controls. Although,
well, like another thing for me is like the
I
hit.
lost.
Uh-oh.
What is going on? I mean, I'm still killing everything, but this is not good.
I mean, I would say they are being really creative with some spectacle.
Yeah, for sure.
You're currently like under like doing gravity tricks, which is
Right, and I like. Hey, if you're in a mine, I'm in.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
like I don't know what the hitboxes are always super messy and they don't match the like
pretty damning
character.
that my controller is.
Yeah. It's
like I hate that.
There is a lack of like and I guess I'm not playing it, so I'm not necessarily feeling it. But there's a lack of like finite polish for me that I really, again, can kind of...
This is kind of undermining my position, but I have not been able to control the game for about a minute now, and I'm just destroying everything.
Yeah. See? Like, what's the point?
Well, he's got like a hack on, though.
Is it a hack? I think it's a gun.
The controller's on. It's just not connected. The gun's just a homing gun, so it's just going to blow up everything.
Oh, yeah.
So
you're
let's
doing
see how...
Westin is playing about twice as good by not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, arguably, yeah.
You are doing better.
This is honestly...
That's a mark against the game.
I will say this this neon homing laser system.
It is cool.
Very satisfying.
Yeah, it is.
Chad, do you ever like think about what it would be like when you watch a game? Do you ever think about like what it would take to program it? Like, do you think you ever view?
Oh yeah, that's normally what I'm thinking about.
That I've started,
especially with these old games.
Yeah, because they're simple.
Yeah,
I'm just going to let this run out. I want to see how far I can get.
Chad likes programming, so yeah, that would be a really interesting perspective to look at games.
I mean, this is actually. I'm like, I don't know when this game came out, but it feels very like. It does feel impressive.
It's like 93, 94.
For the time.
Yeah,
it does.
16-bit
This looks really cool.
Yeah, from a technology standpoint, it's very good.
And Andy, are you rock hard right now?
I am. It is like an oak tree behind here. Chad knows.
All right, cut that out. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I
Can't cut anything out of this episode because of how it's being recorded.
I've started to think about that stuff too because I'm
All right,
like
I'm at the
learning how to
boss.
use.
Let's see.
Like I'm currently trying to like learn how to use Unity, so like now I have to think about all that stuff too, and I'm not as good at it, but like it is like interesting to look at old games because they're so much simpler and you can kind of like parse more information.
Yeah, because I guess Chad with that argument, like if you watched, if you played like the newest Bloodborne game, you wouldn't be thinking about that at all, right? Because that's so above what you could understand.
What's Bloodborne?
I don't know if you played any new game. Just picture.
Yeah. No,
Close your
I
eyes,
normally
picture-
would not be thinking about that unless it's like something mechanically very interesting. Like the way that these bosses come like apart and together and like fold over each other in like a 3D way. This one not so much, but like that.
The box one.
The box one.
Yeah,
was
the box
like,
one's cool.
It seems like a hell of a lot of math.
It is. It is. Yeah, because they're not in like a 3D world right now. They're simulating a 3D world in a 2D.
In a
Could
2D
you, could you rattle off the line of code that you would do for that?
Yeah. Yeah, like look at this through your beautiful mind lens.
Yeah. No, I don't know what language they're using. But it is impressive. But yeah, most of the time in like normal nowadays games are so like flawless and like smooth that you don't even think about how they would be doing it. You know, it's kind of like when CGI is good, you don't notice it.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about it.
Yeah.
I do have to say, Weston, this game does look sick.
It's 2-player too, and I haven't even told you guys that yet. Somebody else could have been playing with me.
Weston wanted the spotlight to himself.
Maybe the guy without a mic gets to play.
You're gonna die, dude.
Dude, this guy will not fucking die.
This has the. Oh, sorry. What?
Oh, I feel like I don't know if this game would happen in real life. That's kind of my criticism.
You think so? I'm about to die.
Yeah, you don't know how realistic it is.
Well, it just doesn't seem realistic to me. I don't know. I don't know.
So, Weston, you know what was realistic? Weston dying.
Wasn't eating it. Yeah.
I bought that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know, what went wrong was I got the controller to work again. All right. Who's
All right, we should probably get the next game in here. How's everyone's day doing?
How's everyone's day?
Yeah, how's everyone's day been?
Oh, great! Just my girlfriend and I we got a house in North Hollywood.
Yeah, that's
Hey.
Is it? Do you have a yard?
No, but there's a rooftop deck, and it'd be sweet to play video games over there sometime.
Oh.
Yeah, would you
Up on the rooftop?
Are you debating throwing a
That's right.
housewarming party?
I think so. It'd be nice to. I don't know if this is weird to do now, but it'd be cool to have you bros over sometime.
Yeah.
The most awkward house invite ever.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We're gonna have.
That had nothing to do with COVID. That was just Andy inviting. Hey, you bros. Hey, bros.
I was thinking about inviting my bros. Oh no, but we're gonna have some.
You asked us to come over to play video games, like asking a girl to homecoming.
yeah.
If it wouldn't be too much trouble, I'd surely request the pleasure of your.
Do you have a rose in your hand?
It's a giant bouquet of flowers, a stuffed bear.
What's the here? You can have that giant thing with flowers and streamers, and I'll pin it to your chest.
Oh, well, yeah. What is that called?
A boutonniere or some shit.
A buccaneer.
yeah.
A buckaroo.
A buccaneer.
A buccaneer, yeah. It's
Look
called
at you, a buccaneer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tag on the buccaneer on the girl, and then
Yeah.
Do you guys Christmas
Why
coming
do
up?
those
Do you
things
guys want to
come in-
invite me to anything?
Why do those things come in they come in like a plastic to-go box?
Yeah.
You know? What's up with that?
I feel like. Yeah, I don't. It's like when I went to prom, I just gave a girl like a Lunchable.
The flowers come in the little plastic cases because if they came in like a wet paper bag, they would get squished.
Oh, so let's not talk about non-video game stuff, and let's transition into a video game conversation.
Let's transition to a movie.
Yeah, let's talk about a movie.
Okay, so Chase's pick is the Sega Genesis game Dune: The Battle for Iraq. Or how do you say the
Arrakis? Arrakis.
And Chase, you have never played this game.
No, I've never played this game. I didn't even know it existed. I was
For the
just
record, though,
flipping through the titles.
you've never played any.
That's not what we coached
Yeah,
you to
no.
say.
So yeah, that's the tough thing with this whole thing is we've got two people who have a lot of Genesis experience. Like Andy,
I would say
had one, right?
a little bit.
A lot? No.
A lot.
A little.
Well, yeah. So two in the a little. Well, if we were playing SNES stuff, would we all have a lot more experience?
Yeah.
Love SNES.
Yeah. Chase would.
Yeah.
Chad would still be nothing, right?
I've like played it at friend's house,
Yeah.
but I did not grow up with one. No.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So
Okay, so you're a sack of shit. All right, moving on.
Thanks a lot, Andy.
So yeah, I just kind of picked it out of a hat.
you picked it out of a
'cause,
hat, and you picked it out for. I'm guessing specifically because you want to talk about the excellent movie that.
Yeah, the excellent, amazing Dune movie
Based off the game.
based off the book.
People don't know that.
Well, no.
Come on.
Yeah, you're right. It was,
Come on.
the book was based off of the movie that was based off of the game.
It's just like the game's not great, but the world building was so good. They're like, we should translate this to something.
I want to fire this thing up because I want to see which Dune.
Yeah, so we're curious.
Because Dune 2000 is like. Because Dune 2000, which I don't think this is, was the first real-time strategy game.
And just in case, like, this needs to be context, the Dune is a like sci-fi novel
By Westwood, I think it's.
that's very very popular. Does
I
everybody
actually feel like at this point,
Is Dune in the
is
zeitgeist?
probably going to be in the zeitgeist.
is
of the
is
movie.
Dune gonna become like a Star Wars? Do you think?
I would guess. I mean,
Where like you don't have to describe
I feel like for the last 10 years, Dune's been the sort of thing where no matter who you are, you've heard of Dune, right?
No, I wouldn't say like Chad. Before this movie came out, did you know what Dune was?
I knew of it because you guys would talk about it. You would
Right.
talk about it as a
That's-
big long book that's hard to get through, but worth
Yeah.
it.
I think that's what it was.
That sums up Dune perfectly. A
Yeah.
big long book that is
Big long
hard
book.
to get through, but worth
Right.
it.
Yeah.
I think that's what like people know it as is like some long, boring book that I'm not going to read.
I mean, like, I had a
but
pretty
after the
nerdy
movie, I
upbringing,
think
and
people.
Isn't it like
As a high schooler, I didn't know what Dune.
isn't it like a Lord of the Rings or something? Or
I had heard of it.
Yeah, a book.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a book.
But I would say specifically Dune for me is probably the best example of world building, right? It's just the best. It's the,
Probably.
Well, I think there was one of the Animorphs that was really good.
I did read the Animorphs.
Okay.
And I made a comic called Andy's Kingdom that I.
Hello.
Well, the thing that I really like about Dune is that it's like a sci-fi world, but it's not in space the whole time. It's on an actual world.
Oh yeah, and it's like an example of like I think like a thing that I like is like when like a book or movie is trying to cover a lot of things but only goes like an inch deep. It's not that interesting. Would you rather go like really deep in one thing? And Dune is that. It's like, hey, here's this one really interesting world, and let's explore the shit out of that.
Right.
And that's a lot more interesting to me than going to like 4 kind of like undefined
It's
areas.
Like, it's like I never got into Star Trek because I think to appreciate.
Uh-oh, Andy, hold back.
What did you say?
Because
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Space, the final frontier.
I'm gonna put us on the fucking timer here. We got 10 minutes.
because to I think really get into Star Trek, you need to like really like the home base world of the Starship Enterprise, which I like.
Love
being
it.
in space, I'm always bored. Like
Is
I
that
want to
true?
be. I want them to be on a
Yeah,
planet.
it's great.
You know?
What's not to like?
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I don't like the aesthetic of space, like spaceship.
And you don't like pointy-eared freaks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is I'm
Moron.
starting to get a little steamed back here.
But like, what I like about Dune is like it is a sci-fi world. There is the space part, but none of that is really important. The world that you're really diving into is like an actual planet
Well, yeah, I
with
would
a
say,
culture and like
for me, like the book and the movie, Dune's really boring when you're not on the
Arrakis,
Like,
yeah.
like the beginning of Dune was kind of hard for me reading when it was all like the galactic, like, and I know that stuff's important,
Yeah.
and I'm probably gonna get some.
Wait, this game is just a tutorial.
Yeah, this game sucks. All right, yeah, actually, we should.
I have not pressed any buttons.
Have
I've
you
been
tried?
too distracted
Have you
by it.
attempted playing? Have you attempted playing it? Do you want to
Try because this is the predecessor. This is like a real-time strategy game.
Oh, I choose a house.
Ooh,
Choose house.
Okay.
Harkonnen.
Harken in.
Who's Ordos?
Harkonnen.
Ordos!
Wait, it's
Atreides? Wait, which one? Which one's
Atreides?
Ordos?
Who's Ordos?
Yeah, who's
I've
Ordos?
never heard of Ordos.
I think they made that up. I don't know.
Yeah.
You should pick it.
Well, I kind of want to pick Harkonnen.
All right,
Yeah,
pick-
dude.
Yeah, Harkonnen's sweet. Well, is Harkonnen the bad guys?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that little weasel. Oh, this is awesome.
Harkonnen, he's the guy who
Petey
starts
Prime,
flying.
The Savage House Harkonnen has spread across the universe.
Wow.
Oh.
Cool as shit.
Okay, I gotta
cool.
say this Dune game is
Okay,
is-
up the timer. Up the
Up the
timer.
timer.
Up the timer.
20 minutes. 20
we
minutes.
got
I
2
say-
more hours.
I say we just turn this into a playthrough
It's
of Dune.
weird,
I
Chase.
think we
All
should
you
make-
had to
we should watch
do
this for as
was
long
press
as Dune is.
start.
Yeah, 3 hours.
Let's go 3 hours of this.
Hold on, I want to see what the houses are.
I
Hold
saw what
on.
you did.
Okay, so you like this game.
Wealthy families.
What's up with this guy?
Little
Has some
conscience.
red lips.
Chad, you gonna go over the
Sabotage and terrorism.
The what?
Jeez Louise. I've never heard a person be openly okay with terrorism.
What's up with these people's
As long as
lips?
tradition of being fair and just administered.
Yeah, is there? Well, was there? I have a question for everyone
comments.
regarding just Dune in general. Was there like the main group, the good guys? Was there a flaw to them, or were they just straight up good? Were they just white? Was it just white and black?
I
Good
think-
guy, bad guy, or do you think there was some flaw within the main?
I think the flaw was that they were out of their element in Dune, and they weren't willing to take part fully in the new culture and ideas.
My
Right.
understanding is that
Like they were too
They were
stubborn.
outwitted.
my understanding is that the Dune boy, the main Atreides Dune
Yeah, Dune
boy,
boy.
Dooney, I call him.
Dooney.
He was like a really good boy, but apparently in the later books he becomes a really bad boy.
Oh, he's a he's. Oh, yeah. I don't want to spoil Dune for anybody.
Yeah. Keep,
That's still subjective.
I think he becomes like
Keep
the
it
Emperor of
hush.
the Galaxy.
He's like a Jesus kind of character.
Okay.
At the beginning, and then it gets like weird.
are we talking about the main character in Dune or Timothy?
Timothy Chalamet.
I think I'll say he's my
You know, when he was a kid, he was a good boy, but now he's a bad.
He's a bad boy now.
He's a bad boy.
Also, Dooney's mom was the bad. She was the bad guy in the Shining sequel.
Oh, really?
Called Doctor Sleep. She's incredible. She's terrifying.
She was. I thought like if there was like of the good team, she was probably the mom was probably the most interesting. She was probably the grayest character, right?
Yeah, and Jason Momoa was the worst character.
Did
Yeah.
Jason Momoa not work for you?
It was just he's a good fighter. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
there
pretty
was,
much
like,
his character.
Here's my take on Jason Momoa. I don't even care if he's a good actor or not. He just always looks epic.
He's
like, he
not.
does-
He's not a good actor.
No, he's not.
I think he is.
I think he's good at one thing, which is like buddy.
No,
Hey, how's
It's
it
like,
going?
hey, my
Which, like, he
boy.
does
No,
well.
I think you're. I think the reason why people don't like Jason Momoa is because of Chris Pratt. I think people think he's Chris Pratt, but he's not. Like in the beginning of Game of Thrones, like when he's introduced, like with the like he's a good act. Like he's not always just buddy. That's just what he's been recently.
Well,
I think it's because
he's
he
good at
mostly
that.
wasn't talking. in
I think
Game
he's
of
good
Thrones.
at that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I think
don't know how to do
think
this
he
game.
looks.
Oh, you got to shoot those guys.
Dude, I don't know how any of this works. I don't.
We're not,
shoot him.
Did you read Dune? I mean, come on.
It's
It's saying okay. It probably wants you to do something.
Well, I do. Oh, tell me what to do. I don't.
Chase, you're gonna attract sandworms if you keep running like that.
That's the last thing you want to do.
You're not playing Star Trek.
You should be.
well.
the final frontier.
Gleep glore.
That famous Star Trek saying.
Oh, look at that.
Glor.
Gleep glorp.
Yeah, this is
What
like
is the game here?
I got nothing for you, man.
the game is to talk. You watch someone like confused, then you talk about Dune, and then you stop playing.
Well, it looks like you guys beat the first level then.
Yeah, we got 4 more minutes. There.
This is honestly, it's just like the movie.
Okay, I'm learning.
Oh, the problem is we're not in IMAX. This is a movie theater experience, which I actually would argue that the movie
Oh,
was
you need
better.
to send like little probes out.
Yeah, I guess I'm getting.
Little Jeff probes.
I don't really like. I've started figuring it out, and I
7 sandworms. Yeah.
Oh, is the do the sandworms show up with the light colored sand, like the brown is rock, or what are we doing here?
probably.
Ooh.
Gotta smoke those fools.
I
God, this is just like college.
Call.
Yeah,
It's just
rapping about Dune with your bros.
This guy's going all the way down.
This is
He's on a lonely path. This
and
guy.
I know I'm wrong, but I just always assume a light. Like this is actually a thing that's kind of in the modern thing with the Guardians of the Galaxy game actually being really good. But whenever I see a licensed game, I just assume it's bad. I just immediately am like, it's not good. That's good.
When you see a
Oh,
what?
totally. Yeah.
When you see a what?
A licensed game, I'm gonna assume it's bad.
Yeah,
it's
I do too,
King
yeah.
Kong. It's any King.
Besides Cars on the Wii,
did you?
Is that a good game?
I will say yes, I did play it a lot. No, it's not a good game.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any.
Avatar
licensed
on Wii is bad too.
Yeah, B movie as well.
game. Well, you can control the bee with motion control.
You've never had more B control ever.
Who are these?
Have you tried controlling a bee via Wiimote? It's a much different experience.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dude, your guy got killed. You got to make more guys.
I'm trying to think. Does anyone have an example of a good licensed game they've played that they?
Yeah, Dune.
DuckTales.
Dude.
Oh, yeah, DuckTales.
Westin likes
Yeah,
DuckTales.
DuckTales.
DuckTales is real good. It was also.
I feel like T2, the arcade game, a Genesis game, and SNES and
okay,
Game
yeah.
Boy is that's pretty good.
What's T2?
Terminator.
2?
Okay.
The Simpsons arcade game?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
The Ninja
yeah.
Turtles arcade.
Yeah, that's a good
game.
one.
Yeah.
The Turtles in Time?
Yeah.
I love Turtles in Time.
Yeah, this is gonna be just a podcast of me thinking.
Oh, look at all that
I found
spice.
spice.
Wasn't that Batman game good?
Oh, yeah, boom. Check
Hey,
it. The
yeah.
Arcane City.
Speaking
the-
of
yeah.
speaking of Dune,
Look at all that spice.
speaking of
Oh my
Dune,
god.
Speaking Chase.
You're rich.
Get the
You ever
spice.
seen so much spice?
I'm getting to my lunch. Here's a question
Look how
about
orange it is.
does anyone okay, on the topic of Dune, the actual movie or
The World?
book, The World, does anyone like understand the spice situation?
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
The
it's
spice
used to,
extends
like,
life. The
travel
spice
the
makes
galaxy.
space travel possible.
Those are the words.
Yeah,
but do
those-
you understand them?
I've had people. I've heard people talk about the spice, and I understand a few people talking. But having read the book and watching the movie, I did not.
No.
I just knew spice is important, and spice is life.
Spice
Yeah.
is
Spice
that's
is
just Frank
life.
Herbert talking about fucking
there's
weed.
the mentats or whatever,
Talk about oil.
which are the like
Talk about oil, right?
the guys with the weird thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for me. I always thought like having finished the book, I thought spice was just like a mega drug that like it was kind of like the limitless pill
Yeah.
that you would take. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's also fuel, right?
Is it fuel?
Yes.
Dude, it's
Yeah,
weed.
It does everything.
Spice is weed.
Like,
No,
yeah,
no, I don't
what
think
if-
it's fuel.
what
Oh,
if
I
you
get why
could-
it's so important, man. I couldn't live a day without that.
I think the idea was like it made space travel possible because the mentats could take it and then help you travel.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
thought that
that's
was-
explored more in
actually
the
cooler.
original
It is
Dune
cooler.
movie.
But it's really like ambiguous. I don't know. In the books, it's like,
I'm sure the answer is cool, but it's
and
also
there's like another
that-
thing that's weird is like the relationship with the spices and the worms. There's some sort of weird. They're related. I don't know how.
yeah.
Well, you got to get past the worms to get the spices.
Yeah, that's like buying weed from a drug dealer back in the day.
Yeah, you gotta go through some worms.
And then it's like, oh shit, I gotta listen to this guy fucking talk about BBC's Planet Earth for 20 minutes before I can get my eight.
Yeah,
and you have to do like a special kind. You have to walk very carefully.
The worms are.
Yeah, if
playing,
you put a little vibrating thing over in the corner, he'll go towards it.
You just put a lava lamp in the corner. All right. Any last Dune thoughts on the game, movie, or book?
The game is fantastic.
I disagree.
I do want to see more cutscenes from this game because that cutscene, all of those cutscenes were amazing.
Yeah, I am curious what the gameplay is like. I don't think it's
I'm
great.
so not. I am immediately bored by all of this.
This seems like a bad version, but Chad, this is your type of game, right? Yeah, like you play
This
Arrested
dude's
Warfare
been
a lot.
attacking me for like 20
Dude,
minutes.
I am interested. If this is like a resource management game, I'm down.
on.
Yeah.
Bring it
Well,
on.
Unfortunately, we got a little.
Time.
We gotta get out of here.
Shuffle it up.
All right, let's get the next guest. Weston, are we gonna take a halftime at any point?
Yeah. So maybe after Anne.
Yeah, I'd be down. Well,
Maybe we should do it now.
could we do it now?
Okay.
Let's do it now.
And so it was, late in the 20th century, that a pox fell upon the land, a plague of home videos that were limited in intelligence. There was brain drain, and terminal boredom swept the countryside. The maker looked down and was not pleased by what he saw and said, "This is not good." And so it was. He brought forth Genesis, a system with twice the power, twice the intelligence, twice the challenge, twice the fun. Only a chosen few were called forth to experience this new dimension of high-definition graphics and stereo sound. And the maker saw what he had done and said, "Now that's not bad. Discover Genesis, and your world will never be the same."
All right. Okay.
We're
All right, back to our conversation.
We're back on the conversation.
And we're back.
Of
Fred had to
video-
poo.
of Genesis games. We are talking about Sega Genesis games. We're on to the next one. We got our buddy Andy. He brought
Andy's in the hot seat.
Hey guys, nice to be on the pod.
a little game called Mortal Kombat 2. What brought you here? What made you want to bring this game?
Okay, well, listen, I'll just say generally about Genesis. This is kind of my theory, is that like I was a Nintendo kind of acolyte. I had a subscription to Nintendo Power. I've been a previous guest. You guys know this.
Of course.
I feel like families or children that are attracted to the Sega brand for whatever reason, be it blast processing, be it whatever, be it that Sega does what Nintendo don't, whatever.
A little blue hedgehog named Sonic.
A fast little blue hedgehog.
Sninick.
The people who have Genesis were white trash compared to Nintendo people.
Throwing down the gauntlet. Yeah,
Anyway.
they didn't even have their own magazine.
That's right. They were in magazines, but they did not have their own magazine. So there was a kid down the street named Nick. Anyway, I hope Nick is not listening. He had the Genesis.
Just effortlessly kicking my ass while he tells the story.
Right.
I wish I remembered some reptile moves here. But he had Mortal Kombat 2, the game we're playing now, and I think this is before I had a Super Nintendo. So anyway, I'd go over there and play Genesis, and one time he called me with a very enticing offer.
Okay.
He said, "Hey, do you want to come play Mortal Kombat 2?" as I barely play this game right now. And I have pizza, and I rented Mortal Kombat 2 from Blockbuster. I'm like, hell yeah, that sounds like a great time.
Sorry. Oh, and he has pizza. He's got Mortal Kombat 2. I thought you said he has Mortal Kombat 2 and you had pizza.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, hey, I know you have pizza.
Let's team up. Let's team up.
He had pizza and Mortal Kombat 2, and I'm like,
wow.
This sounds like for a kid. What are you kidding? This sounds great.
Fantastic offer.
So I show up and we start playing the game. And then having fun, and I'm like, oh great! My friend Nick invited me to a thing. This is fun. We're good friends. We're having fun.
Yeah.
And then who should pop into Nick's room but his older brother, Griffin, who is 17, significantly older.
How old are you at the time?
9.
9. Oh, gee, that's a difference. Yeah.
And he and his buddy quickly scooped me up and took me to the bathroom in order to give me a swirly.
Oh
no.
Jesus, I didn't know that actually happened.
I guess they saw it in a movie or something. Anyway, so like I did not think this was funny, but they thought, okay, let's lure Andy over with the false pretense of game and pizza, which there was.
Wait, Nick was in on it?
Wait,
Nick was in on it.
Oh,
really?
Wow, what a punk.
And so like I'm like kicking and screaming, fighting with all of my might, trying to prevent getting the swirly, and they're like...
And did you pull some Mortal Kombat moves on them?
Then I shot fire at them.
Then I pulled it
down, left, right, B.
Then I shot them a bunch of times in the head and pulled out their spine. No. I was a little weasel going, no.
No, that's horrible. That's
And they're going like, swirly.
And the
swirly.
Okay,
Great.
did they even say fatality after they swirled you?
I wish they had. I wish they
Yeah,
had.
no.
But I was so mad, and
That's horrible. Yeah,
they dunked
genuinely
my
horrible.
head into the toilet like up to my like eyebrows. I was so angry, and then like I basically went home crying.
Yeah.
And then and I think this was Nick getting me back. Yes, he was a larger child.
Okay.
And I would always be like, hey, fat lard.
All right. Okay. You deserve this.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, like, I heard you were a really like chaotic troublemaker as a kid, right?
That's true.
You would like kind of cause fires and rip people.
I don't know why you're looking at me like I told you that about him.
Oh, well, when you were on the podcast, you mentioned you would rip up Weston's drawings.
That's true.
In first grade.
As a joke?
My mom was his first grade teacher, and I was also in first grade, and he would lovingly draw Ninja Turtles comics, and I, for whatever reason, hated Ninja Turtles at that point in time because I was like, everyone loves it. I don't like it, and I would find his drawings and tear them up. Anyway, so it's a kind of a sad story about Mortal
That's a quiet
Kombat.
evil. Found.
Chase has an opinion. Chase, can you find
That's a quiet evil. Like
Thank you, Chase. That is kind of evil.
Do you remember
he
that?
wasn't there when you ripped him up. You just did it.
I didn't do it in front of him. I'd also put tacks in kids' chairs as well. But I could get away with it. 'cause
Like
my
a
mom was the
cartoon
teacher.
character would.
was this before or after? Do you think the swirly turned you into this? Do you think this chaotic energy was because of the swirly?
Probably.
Or was it?
Probably.
Or is it why you got the swirly?
I want to be clear to say I didn't just my fat friend didn't just come over and I was like, hey, fat lard.
You can stop calling him your fat friend.
Yeah.
This was back in
That's
93. It
the
was
step
fine.
towards growth.
Anyway,
You were mad at him for causing an earthquake.
I was mad at him for causing an earthquake.
This is so fat. Sorry. Yeah.
He goes down the street and he's like, boom, boom.
Okay, well, we have an interesting dynamic because the two people behind us, Chad and Chase. Chad made fun of Chase for being fat constantly.
It was.
How do you guys feel like, Chase? Do you feel like you should be able
Chad
to give
won-
Chad a swirly?
Chad one time told me if I was a Pokemon, I'd be Snorlax.
Oh,
And I will say, as a 5-year-old, it's a pretty good slam.
Listen, I recant those statements. I feel bad about it. I feel like I did get my come up. Like I got my comeuppance in an extreme way. I learned my
Well,
lesson.
like, can we just say, like, kids are pretty brutal.
Kids
like,
are-
they're more brutal than Mortal Kombat. I feel like any kid, even nowadays, like, I feel like kids are just mean.
Yeah, well, and the story I forgot to say has a nice postscript, which is the Griffin. I think later felt bad. He being the 17-year-old who gave me the swirly. I bought a Star Trek II Enterprise A.
I remember that thing.
Model kit. And I was like a dumb kid. I don't know how to put together.
Nerd.
And he built it for me, and it had lights inside, and it
wow.
like lit up. And that was kind of, I think, his way of saying, "Hey, sorry for giving you this."
We
swirly."
should not have done that. That is
That's actually really nice. Yeah.
And then Weston and I blew it up with sparklers and fireworks to give it the right battle damage.
That's
from
right.
Wrath of Khan.
That's right. You got
There
to.
you go.
This is
Gleep glorb.
Clean glorb.
that honestly,
this is how you're a Star. This is how to be a Star Trek fan.
that was a really sweet story.
Yeah, there's a nice moral of the story. It looks like we're playing Moral Kombat.
Hey, Chad, one singer.
I got a zinger in.
That's great.
Oh, also, one other piece of context. My sister, I guess, did not like grow into being a full flower of a woman until a little bit later. And so this Nick kid would be like, Gina's flat-chested. She's flat-chested. That's why I was saying, oh, well, you're a fat lard. It wasn't just me like
defending your
There
defending
is
your
just
sister.
this is just layers of an onion all the way down.
This is interesting. And what did Weston do to you for him to rip up his drawings?
I just
Yeah, where does Weston come into the story?
You don't have to fight this fight for me. I appreciate it.
no.
Like
Nothing-
I'm
nothing
good
he-
now.
Nothing he did. We both took an intense seminar to settle our differences.
It's true.
It is.
Oh, Weston just got a whole lot more into the game. Wow, Weston really turned it up, didn't he?
I'm just noticing a really
child
an interesting dynamic here is Chad and Chase, the two people behind me, are friends from childhood, and you and Weston are.
Yeah.
And so it is.
And
And then Brett's here.
and I'm alone.
Brad didn't have any friends.
This is a very interesting dynamic because I'm completely alone. I moved around. I moved a lot as a kid. So like all the kids who I would have been in those dynamics where like there was like weird bullying stuff going on because that's what you do when you're like 8.
Right.
That's it. That's it for us. I just ripped up his drawings, and we never talked afterwards. That's the
Now, like this guy somewhere in this country just like hates you.
Yeah, because before you could become friends, you moved to another school.
Yeah. Like we had I didn't get to build him that Star Trek figurine.
That's right.
I just did the bad thing, and then I went to the new school.
I never got punished for
There's
it.
still time. There's still time to make it right
And
with everybody.
I never learned, so I'm still ripping up drawings.
I'm gonna be Scorpion.
Okay. I did set this a little late. Well, I do want to. That was a beautiful story. Who's your main Mortal Kombat character?
Oh, okay. Well, to talk about this game a little bit, I was really into probably Sub-Zero, Liu Kang. I was actually in a Mortal Kombat tournament at our local video game store called Microplay in Katy, Texas in 1997. That was more Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 on Super Nintendo. But in that case, my player was Cabal, and I had this one move where Cabal you go left, right, A, and you like spin past the guy, and they're spinning around, and that's when you can uppercut them or give them a roundhouse kick. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna win, and then like somebody knew how to block. In the contest.
Happens every time.
It's like, oh god, well I guess I'm fucked.
I should actually, since we're doing this, give a shout out to my friend from high school, Colin Hendrickson, who was number 7 at Mortal Kombat in the world.
Really?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. That was his.
And you haven't invited him to be on the show yet?
I actually should now that I'm thinking about it. And he
this
actually
out.
he actually probably would be a great
What do you
guest.
think? What do you think he'd think of this? Johnny Cage's signature move? Oh look.
His main character was Kano.
Oh, I think I remember this other move too.
Interesting. Johnny Cage's signature
There we
move
go.
is getting kicked in the face.
Oh,
That's a really good signature move.
one singer for Chase.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a shot.
Okay.
We're talking about the Dune movie. Do you guys see the Mortal Kombat movie?
Oh
No.
The new one?
I heard it's okay.
It's actually
Pretty good, right?
good. This was back in June when COVID was like over for 10 minutes. I went to go see it at the City Walk.
How do I do the
was
fucking
fantastic.
spear hand?
Oh, was it just like I heard that like there's a kind of like a protagonist who's a little bit annoying or
Yeah.
like a little unnecessary.
It's not the greatest movie, but I think I was just thrilled to be back to the movie.
yeah,
movies.
I think everybody's first movie back was like it was a big.
Right? It's like Paw Patrol.
Totally. Okay, so I don't know anything about Mortal Kombat. Are these
The other thing,
are these based off of real pictures of real people?
Yeah.
they
Okay.
are.
They sculptured software or whatever. They like had real actors, and so like they had a guy like Johnny Cage going like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks great.
yeah, it is cool because like
They're-
I feel like a lot of games that go for this, like these old games, normally look like shit, but Mortal Kombat really pulls it off.
Dude, how do I do not remember how to do the spear hand. I can do that.
Oh, it's left right A or left right
Oh, I guess.
left
Yeah,
right
we're-
low kick.
Mortal Kombat's great.
The Genesis Mortal Kombat is notable because as many people know, the original game had blood in it, and this was when Nintendo was like, no, we can't have blood, and then
Yeah.
What is that?
Genesis one sold better, so then they were like, okay, we can have blood.
Oh, so yeah, they finally buckled down.
Yeah.
Originally, Goombas would come out. That's right. Goomba.
the cloud guy with the fishing pole.
Yeah, Samus would come out.
This is,
Were you out of your league in the tournaments?
I definitely was because I was still like a dumb kid, and there were like people like in their 20s.
Yeah, like legitimately playing it.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm good at this game. I got the strategy guide. I know all the moves.
Yeah, was that one of the scenarios? Was it kind of like a sobering experience where you're like, oh, I'm really good at this
It
game,
kinda-
and then
it
you
kinda
realize,
was.
oh, I'm not.
It kind of was, but they also had a Mario Kart 64 tournament, and I did pretty well in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always thought I was really good at Mario Kart DS.
See that fatality?
Fatality. Okay.
I was convinced I was like unbeatable at Mario Kart DS, and I played a friend once, and he just crushed me, and it was like, oh shit, I did not know I was.
This
not
happened
good at
recently with a
Mario
friend
Kart
on
DS
Star
had a
Trek.
big cheat.
this. Well, yeah, he didn't. And there's like kind of a wave dash. There's snaking.
There's snaking, yeah. And if you weren't snaking, you lost.
Yep. Yeah. So I think because the
Snake it.
difference between me and him was I played by myself, and he played on the school bus, and you get good on the school bus.
In Mario.
Yeah, you get good.
You get good in the school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where that's the
where you
training
get
ground
good.
for Mario Kart DS.
I would
School
play
bus.
online every
Yeah.
night.
Wait,
Oh, really?
You
Yeah,
can snake
I would
on the
On Mario Kart?
on
On Mario
Kart?
Kart
Yeah.
DS,
How do
yeah.
you snake in Mario Kart?
Oh yeah, it's
You just go. So say you have like,
You like
it's
the
easiest down a
left?
straightaway. Yeah, you were able to slide
Slide?
and boost within
Ah,
like.
this guy has a
Oh.
And then you
fireball.
would
The
just
odds are
do it.
even.
Okay.
This is what
be able
Johnny
to
Cage
go
is doing right now. This is how
fast.
I was
Way
trying to
fast,
fend off them giving me a swirly.
That kind of sounds familiar.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All right,
should we move on?
Yeah. In 3, 2, 1.
Happy
New Year. Happy Mortal Kombat.
We're on to Chad. We have an excellent game coming up.
All right.
Yeah, it was a good call to move on when half of the group was talking about Mario Kart DS, the other half was talking about Mortal Kombat.
I was playing on online on 3DS all the time on Mario Kart.
Oh, it's Mario Kart 7?
Yeah.
Dude, Mario Kart's such a great game.
People are really also like you were placed. It was like a lot of people from like Mexico and Japan playing online.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck! I have to represent my country." Show like what country it was. Yeah. And it was like Mexico. I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fine country. I'm just saying we have to be good.
Yeah. I just know that they're going to be good at this.
And of course, the Japanese, they fucking made this game.
Yeah. The entire Japanese. That's what they do.
They make video games. No, they're fine people.
Well, I do think there's a difference in culture. Like, the way our cultures are different will affect what games we're good at. Because Japanese people are very process based. So any game that involves like really nailing a process,
They'd probably be
they're
great
gonna be
at
unbeatable.
Dune, Planet Arrakis on Genesis.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, I'd be curious into what cultures are better at what games.
I've never.
Probably the superior cultures.
America will never sing more.
America, never back down.
Yeah, you pour it over the coffee.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's dive into the next game. Westin, we might need some technical help here.
All right, grab that remote up there and.
Well, first we should probably actually Chad, what is your Genesis game?
So my Genesis game. So I actually, obviously we talked about this before. I'm not from the same generation as you guys. I wasn't.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times.
Yeah.
Could you unpack that a little bit?
Yeah.
So you guys are like, what, 40, 50 right now? And I'm 26. So
Okay, could you expound on that a little bit?
At the period of time when you guys were playing Sega Genesis, I was not playing Sega Genesis.
Yeah, because you weren't born.
What I was doing, I wasn't. I was in my
Your
dad's sweet balls.
You were having a little balls dance.
I was having a little balls party.
Did you?
What kind of systems did your dad have in his balls?
What kind of what?
Gaming systems did your dad have in his balls?
Oh, he had the
Game Boy Advance?
SNE testicles. It was so.
My
but
mom had
what I would.
genitits.
Oh, there you go. But what I would do instead on my free time would I would watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So instead, I'm going to show you guys my favorite clip from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay.
That's interesting because it's not like a Genesis game.
Well,
Yeah, it's almost like you're not following the instructions that we gave you.
Wait,
So-
did you come in with that planned?
What?
Or are you just now kind of?
okay. Well, I mean,
Are you just now kind of coming up with this?
Okay.
well, Will Smith has game, so it is.
He's got Matt Rap Game.
That's right.
and Carlton
Smith
kind
got
of looks
game.
like Mario.
Yeah. And Carlton does I don't know.
He does the Carlton.
What is that?
Look, guys, I didn't. You guys gave me an unfair advantage. Okay, all right. I
believe we gave you 6 weeks to prepare.
This is what I bring to the podcast. All right.
Okay, so you had. How do we? What we got to find the clip then? What is the clip from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I can give you the title
You
if
just
you
wanna
guys go to YouTube.
Yeah. Could we get Weston on this?
Instead of putting it on the TV so everyone can watch, if everyone at home can just go on YouTube.
Yeah. Could you give everyone instruction, the people at home instructions to follow along to this clip?
Can you look up the heartbreaking moment Will's dad left?
No, come on.
I want to watch that.
That's the.
So before we go into this, favorite Fresh Prince of Bel-Air character?
Fresh Prince.
Great.
Will Smith.
We all say different versions of him.
For the Fresh Prince of
Guy
Bel-Air.
from Independence Day.
Yeah, I like the guy from Hitch.
What was
Hitch.
what was his character's name?
Yeah, give us some volume here. We're missing out on.
Walk out of Will's life now. Don't you ever come back.
So this is
Flashback to
this is Will's real dad, who was never part of the show.
Oh.
This is
Are they brothers?
no. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't
They would be, right?
That's like his uncle or something.
It's Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Or is it that the aunt is his relative?
But now that you're back, you have responsibilities to him.
Again, not a Genesis game. Go
This
ahead.
is my favorite Genesis.
their favorite second Genesis game.
Yeah.
His life goes on. He's not supposed to be here for you. You're supposed to be here for him. You get off my back. You think I want this? It just happened.
So why is this your favorite clip, Chad?
We'll get there.
Okay.
I know why it's my favorite clip from Fresh Prince. I
Why?
wanted to hear what you thought because it's good acting.
Yeah, why is it your favorite clip?
Because it's good and dramatic, and it was like a great Will Smith acting moment.
It is a dramatic moment in a show that doesn't have dramatic moments like
Yeah.
Oh, funny face.
When does Carlton do the dance he does?
I don't think we're going to get to see that in this clip, but that was...
Well, no, doesn't he come out mid monologue? Carlton, not now.
Uh-oh.
Some business came up. I gotta handle. So we're gonna have to put a trip on hold.
I think you're just proving TV shows are better than games. I've
Yeah.
done way more than NFL
Yeah,
than
yeah.
anything.
This is better than Dune, Planet Arrakis.
Yeah, whatever.
Is this a sitcom?
Yeah.
Is this a sitcom?
I think it's a
Wait a second, is this not a video game?
I mean, honestly, it is weird, like watching a show where, like, I'm very used to the slice of life moments of like of this kind of show.
Yeah.
It's weird when these kind of like shows that were more slice of life would have an emotional moment. Because
Yeah.
it just felt so out of place. Like it felt like it was not supposed to happen, right?
No, yeah, this is like a very... this is a moment where a show like tried to get emotional and it kind of worked.
Well, it worked for you. Is your favorite clip?
It's my favorite clip, yeah?
What do you mean game?
No,
Yeah,
this
it's your
is-
favorite game.
This is a show.
Well, like so it's like a
You guys be quiet one second. We're missing out on the...
Is this a sitcom?
Or is this like Uncharted?
It's a little like Uncharted.
How to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. The hell with him!
Yeah, I didn't know French Prince of Bel-Air had like a climax to it.
Get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm having a whole bunch of kids. I'll be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell only
And I'm gonna buy a Sega Genesis.
don't want me, man.
Pretty emotional, right?
Pretty emotional. So what?
Yeah, I got a little Sonic teardrops.
The fuck? Okay. All right. So why'd you pick this clip?
So there's a little backstory here. So actually, Will in that scene. Yeah. So actually, Will in that scene got so wrapped up in the emotion of the moment, and a lot of things he was saying was about his own father. So the story goes.
Really?
And him getting emotional and crying was about his own father, and like them hugging at the end was Uncle Phil, the actor, hugging him.
Wow.
Really?
Like, genuine, that apparently that's the story. It's probably false, but that's a great story.
I love that clip, and I did not know that.
Yeah.
And now we're back to comedy, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
I just learned. So that video of what's his face auditioning to be the kid in E.T., where he's like crying on cue in the screening, and they tell him at the end of his audition that he's got the job. Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, that's you. You got the job, kid.
Yeah, you got the job.
Yeah.
His performance in the read is great, but like on a similar note, he was channeling his dog had just died. This kid. As an adult, he told everybody.
Did he kill the dog on purpose?
Yeah, because he wanted the
The
job.
audition coming up.
Mr. Spielberg, I just killed my dog.
You got the job, kid.
Yeah, the job, kid. Commitment.
No, well, but I want to circle back because I'm a little confused.
If you bring up that this is not a Sega Genesis game again,
Well, I was going to get to
I will
that.
explain it.
No, I was going to get to that.
Yeah,
but
wait, is this a second Genesis game?
It's
It is so.
okay. Well, what I was going to say was, it seems like Will, the character, or the Fresh Prince, is talking about his fictional dad.
Right.
But you're saying he's talking about he didn't mention his actual dad.
No. But he liked that energy that he was channeling in the acting and stuff. He ended up talking about.
Yeah, do you understand?
The emotion was about his real dad.
Well, I think part of this is you need to understand what acting is a little bit.
I guess I do need to
there's a
understand
little
what
bit of
acting.
Well, you need first you need to understand this is not a video game.
I guess that's kind of where I'm tripping.
So yeah, you have a question on gameplay features.
Yeah, what do you think about the mechanics of that scene?
Well, I was gonna ask you, Chad, if you could, you're into programming. If you could, do you see any equations or any math?
Well, this is way ahead of its time because they're not in an emotional engine. They're simulating an emotional.
Yeah,
is this like C++ or?
Chad, can you give me a line of code for happiness?
Yeah, Will.smile.
Print 10. Print Will.smile.
Close parentheses.
Well, I mean, you could probably argue that like the human experience is based off some sort of code. And
Well, if assuming that
the programming in our brain.
well, assuming that there's intelligent design, extraterrestrials that engineered our DNA, etc.
All right. Well, I want to give you a swirly right now.
I was gonna do Tetris.
All right, Brett. So you wanted to play
Tetris.
Ristar
Tetris.
on the
Tetris?
That's the only game I would
You'd
have
played
played on.
Yeah.
on the Sega Genogram.
All right. Well, now we're swapping games. We're on we're on Ristar.
Look at that orange and purple.
Yeah, I mean,
I like the colors, honestly.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
good
this
looking
game's
open.
honestly great. From the little bit of playing.
I'm not joking.
I know.
3D.
But that's such a like mom from next door answer.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the colors.
Okay.
Wait. A friend of mine had like a weird console
Like a
that
red.
had a screen on it.
Great.
Like a
Are you
this
describing
game.
a TV?
It was like
It wasn't
was
just
literally like-
buttons?
you know the Wii U?
It had a little stick that came out of it in little
Wii-
circles you could press.
You know the Wii U, right? How it had the
Did it-
gamepad.
Did it have the Genesis cartridge in it? Was it a Sega Nomad?
It probably was, but it had this. I remember him playing this game on it.
Yeah.
I was so convinced that was a dream until right now, seeing that this game exists.
So I thought Ristar shot little stars at people, and clearly that was another game.
Oh, this game. So I have not played this game until today as well.
Wait, what?
Well, I have a reason for that.
Okay.
Because I was created today.
This game just came out.
Wait, can
Today is the first day.
Could you unpack that? You were created today.
It's a Star Trek.
I understand. Gleep glorp.
It's like a Star Child.
I am in control.
So I like getting this assignment of picking a Genesis game. I like watched a video of like a bunch of Genesis games, and I realized I know like 10. And the only way I've ever played any of these games is through like a virtual console or collection.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, so I've been in kind of an idle phase, like a clicker game phase a little bit. Do you know those kind of games, like a cookie clicker
Oh, yeah.
type scenario?
Space Plan.
Space Plan. Yeah, those kind of games.
Love Space Plan.
And I realized that a lot of these collection games, so I had a bunch of like Sega collection games, like it would have like 20 Sega games.
He's dead.
I realized I didn't really play them. I kind of played them like clickers. The way I would play them is like you'd have a bunch of games that were locked and you couldn't play them. And so the way I would play is it would be like play Sonic 50 times and you can unlock this next one. So I would just play it and jump off and die, then jump off and die and jump off and die.
Wait.
And I would just unlock every game and then stop playing the collection.
Wait, so you're saying that you actually had to, like, to a collection that you paid money for, you actually had to do a bunch of stuff to unlock games?
Yeah. That was kind of a GameCube era scenario where they would have an unlock and you would have to unlock everything, which I enjoyed. Like, the thing is, like, I didn't actually want to play the games. I just wanted to unlock stuff. That was my only purgatory.
I can relate to that. I feel like when I play games, I'm normally just like trying to unlock the next
Progression,
thing.
yeah.
And the second I'm like,
Gotta get those numbers
that's
to go
no
up.
longer a thing anymore. It's really hard for me to stay engaged.
What about just having fun? Am I right?
Yeah, that's the
Hey,
thing.
I mean, I also play Rocket League every day, so
Is it fun?
it's very fun.
Oh, you still play Rocket League every day?
Not every day. It's
How you doing?
It's like once or twice a week.
Do you have a fast car?
No, I'm fast because I. All right, we can stop talking about Rocket League.
I would love to. Yeah, so
That's the soccer game with
My
the car.
experience with Ristar is unlocking it and giving myself a high five and then putting the game in the closet. And like, because like I will not play clickers specifically because I'm like, oh, that's a waste of time. But I will find out how to play clickers subconsciously through certain games. Like with Animal Crossing, when I used to play Animal Crossing, you know, the way I played it as a kid is I would just fast forward time to New Year's, and you would get money every time you did that.
Right.
And I would do that 100 times, get a bigger house, then do it 1,000 times to get a bigger house. Then do that 10,000 times and get a bigger house. And I was just fully satisfied. Like there's this level of me that like can boil down video games to just like, I guess OCD bullshit. It's just like making it become a checklist.
Loops. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, there's no like giving me like a mindless task that's not fun at all, and just giving me like a arbitrary reward for it.
Yeah.
Is enough for me.
Yeah. No, I agree. Especially if you can see like the end result. You know, like
Yeah, like the thing is with these like collections of games, like I wasn't getting a house that was getting bigger, but I'm like, I just unlocked an entire game.
Yeah.
I've got a whole game I could play.
Yeah.
Never considered playing it.
This reminds me of a real world circumstance. Westin introduced me to a real world scam back in 2005 or 6 when he was working at Game Crazy.
Oh, wait. Is this the time I got suspended?
This is the Donkey Konga scam.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get suspended.
This a real
for that.
thing? Whoa, wait.
This is
What's going on?
the Donkey Konga. This is Weston Swirly.
What?
Yeah.
This is me causing swirlies for others.
Weston's revenge for this.
So you
world.
could go find the game Donkey Konga, like go to GameStop and buy it, and buy the game, and it would come with a pair of bongos, right?
Yeah.
And then you take it to Game Crazy, and the trade-in is way more than what you paid for it at GameStop.
Yeah, you get it for like $20 and trade it in for like 35 or something.
So then you just do this over and over and over again, and this is like fucking real life unlocking games because you can use the money to buy real games.
Wow.
Straight.
wait.
Real.
So
And
you
you did
make
that.
15
Oh yeah.
bucks every time. Okay.
Yeah, so you go to Best Buy, you buy 5 copies of Donkey Konga. The box is about this big. You take it to where I worked at the time at Game Crazy.
Game Crazy.
And you would trade it in for like 37.
Wait. You were selling it to the place that you worked?
I wasn't. I may have done it a couple of times.
You were telling
hired some
people
minions,
to.
aka
Yeah.
Andy, to come do
So
it.
you were in the narc, right?
No. If anything,
No,
I
because
was-
the place that you
he's
were
like- he
the
was
place
like
that
the
you were
corrupt
working were buying it
Yeah.
for above market price.
I'm not the narc. I'm like the corrupt cop that's like, yeah, just do what I
Yeah,
say.
come on in, baby. Yeah.
Easy money.
I did get suspended for something similar from that job.
Suspended from the job?
Yeah, for a couple of weeks because, and this was so stupid because if I wanted to steal from the company, I could have made so much more money. But like, how did that work? It was like the Wii had just come out and I wanted a copy of Zelda. Twilight Princess, I guess, was the Wii Zelda game. And they didn't have any pre-orders, but I had the Wii pre-ordered. So I had to finesse, and I wanted the employee discount on it. So it was like, I don't know, $47 instead of $60 or whatever the discount was. So I got a copy of Zelda at full price. I think this is what I did at another place. Returned it as if it was a custom return at my store and then bought it with the employee discount. And then of course, the regional manager calls me. He's like, "What were you thinking?"
I have a question. Do you feel like there's a part of you that's more like you don't really care that you're a lot of your enjoyment is just finding the loophole and exploiting it versus anything you gain
that's what
off
it sounds
the
like.
loophole, right?
Because
Yeah. It wasn't really about
But
getting
admittedly-
Yeah, it was just,
admittedly-
you got excited that you found like a glitch in real life.
Right.
Yes.
The Donkey Konga scam
Ristar story.
sounds very profitable. Honestly,
Yes.
70. If you can buy 5 copies at a time, that's $75 every trip.
It's like a hot entrepreneur tip.
That's right.
You do that 2,000 times a day, and you make $190 million a year.
Yeah, that's insane. Wait, was that an actual metric? Have you done the math?
No, but yeah, I'm making fun of
Okay, that makes sense. I was just wondering
if you're doing that and like saving money.
I was wondering
by,
how deep you were into the math of it.
I've also got another tactic. It's just open the cash register and just
Just grab it.
and just have and have
Hello.
some sticky. Hey, if you bring out the sticky hands, not your fault.
all that money just fell into my pocket.
Hey, my hands were a little sticky that day.
it's like, wait, I work next to this device that has a bunch of cash in it.
And I had
In all seriousness,
Donkey Kongas.
Brett, so you're a programmer now. I got a proposal for a clicker game where you're a game store employee. And because clicker games start out where it's like the number goes up by 1 at a time, then 3 at a time, then 5. And then it's going up by 100,000 and then 200,000.
Yeah.
So it's like a game where you are like gaming used game store trade-in policies.
That would be a great game, actually.
Yeah, and it ends with you as like the richest person on the planet.
Interesting.
I feel like Brett,
Yeah,
you would
what
be
about
into that.
what about a game?
I
what
like
about a
clicker
game where like you're just like a normal guy from the Midwest, and then by the end of the game, you're like super rich, and you have a bunch of people giving you blowjobs all the time.
Hell yeah! man.
That sounds great.
That could be the same game as what we're talking about.
I tried to parlay the Donkey Konga scam into blowjobs, so that didn't work. I was like, hey, I know a Donkey Konga scam. And they're like, get lost, loser.
You're like, I have 5 Donkey Kongas. Can I get a blowjob?
Hey, I have a serious question. Do you think we're doing a good job of putting Christmas vibes into this video?
Oh, right.
No.
Does this game look fun to people?
I think
Yeah,
it looks all
it
right,
does.
actually. Yeah, it's really
Chad,
pretty.
where are you at?
I'm at a 0 on this.
You're at a 0. Andy, where are you at?
Well, I'm looking at this kind of game like, where's Mario? I'm looking at a little star.
See, here's the thing. This game looks kind of fun to me, but I think that might just be because I have a little bit of a reminiscence factor of it.
I did too. But
I remember playing this game when I was literally like 11.
yeah.
A friend of mine had it at his house, and I played it for 5 minutes.
I have to say what this feels like to me. So like Sonic is the other end of Mario. That's like it's their response to Mario. This feels like their response to Donkey Kong Country, which is more my speed. It's like kind of this thicker, kind of more. It's like it's like the oddball, but
maybe-
still a really fucking good
Or
platformer.
maybe Kirby even, kind of.
Yeah, it feels a little Kirby.
Yeah. I could see. Well, actually, I would actually say this is better than a this game on the
Sacrilege.
side of playing it feels good. Like all of the mechanics of this game are really clean and
Blowjob feels good.
Man, all I gotta say, Happy Halloween. I mean, this is no Bubsy the Bobcat, but I think it looks all right.
I mean, this is like this is just a good this is. I feel like
game
Sega
looks
systems always
amazing.
have like one game that people didn't like, kind of like the hidden gem, but that was like it's not their main IP, but it's a solid game. This is that for this system, I think.
I do have a surprise game that's actually that in a minute. Not that this game is not that, but like I have a real treat for you guys.
Is it a Fresh Prince clip?
Yes.
Okay, that's not.
No,
a game.
it's actually better than Show.
So now you've learned.
Have you heard? I had it confirmed 5 times.
Have you heard? This Fresh Prince clip is trolling gamers everywhere.
Like the arm stuff feels just so good.
Yeah, the arms look fun.
Again, I feel like that's not a realistic.
Yeah, actually, Chase, can you want to play a little bit? So you just jump and press B, and I want you to tell me if just using the arms feels freaking nice.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels like how I would think it would.
How do you think a blowjob feels?
Man, I don't
And
know.
use your
I've been
imagination.
asking myself that question for 20 years.
You ever try to blow yourself?
Everyone's trying to blow themselves.
I actually, okay, for the record, if we could actually go on this argument, I have never tried to blow myself.
I think I've got like 10% of the way there, and I was like,
That's what it is.
I did this, and then I was like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
there's
not
no way.
happening.
I've never tried. I've only succeeded.
You gotta have. Remember, there's that actor. Didn't Marilyn Manson have like one of his ribs removed or something?
That was a rumor. I feel like that.
Wait, that rumor survived to you guys' era?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Because we were talking about that one in junior high in like 1997.
Well, actually, our
This feels
rumor.
good. Yeah, like swimming feels good. You can look at this.
Yeah, and like that's for this generation too. Like swimming was bad. Like this game this is a great game. It just feels good.
Actually, honestly, the swimming in this game feels better than swimming in most games I've played.
All right, I got to take a little umbrage with this conversation because you guys shit all over Gunstar Heroes when I was playing it. And now you're playing fucking Ristar and you're like, this is really good.
I think it's because it's less busy.
Less busy.
It's less busy. I think it's because there's just like one really smooth mechanic that's happening that we can follow.
You okay? Wrong pipe. Okay.
Oh, wrong pipe. A Christmas miracle.
Yeah, this game is just clean, right? This game is super clean.
Yeah, I think what
and the
turned us
swimming
off was
feels good.
all the bullets.
The movement feels good.
All the bullets and explosions.
Yeah, there's too many bullets, too many explosions. Get that out of here.
And I'm the old one.
I feel like if you guys tried Gunstar,
Look at how fast. Honestly, I've never played a game where swimming is this satisfying. Honestly, like
You haven't
I'm
played
swimming
Ninja Turtles
fast
on
and then I'm
NES.
swimming faster, as opposed to every other game in the world where you fucking swim and you're super slow, and then you press B and then you're less slow.
I actually agree. I think the my thing with games I've noticed that was whenever there's a swimming mechanic, whenever they just make that mechanic fast.
Yeah,
Whenever
it's way
water's
better.
fast, I like it. Whenever water's
Yeah.
slow, lame.
In Metroid Dread, there's, you need a suit to like walk and swim normally.
Like you do. Don't spoil Metroid Dread for them. They're going to buy my copy.
But if you're going to be
Samus
chased
is a
by
pro.
one of these Emmy robots, which are the terrifying robots in the game,
Fucking Emmys.
you better hope you got the gravity suit. Let me just tell you that.
All right. Well, we've been playing this for a while. We should probably move on to the final game.
Yeah. You guys, can I show you a delightful treat that I guarantee you've never seen before?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let me see this thing.
All right, guys. Well, okay. Here's what I want to pitch. We got one more game to play. Let's focus up. Finish this thing up
focus
all
up.
on the same conversation.
Does anybody want to hear it?
Also, our good friend of the
that's
show,
cool.
our fan Kyle Sweeney, has written in with his favorite Genesis memory.
Yeah, actually, you want to do that now?
yeah, that's awesome.
Then give that a read now, and then we'll go into the
Yeah.
final game of the night.
Sure, here we go. And thank you, Kyle. He is our biggest fan.
This is Kyle.
Hey,
Kyle is our
Honestly, if
biggest
I
fan.
were Kyle, this would be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, all my friends are in a room and they're playing video games together.
Here we go. All right, so this is an email that I got from Kyle Sweeney of Austin, Texas. None of my good friends had a Genesis growing up. There was this neighbor kid, Nathan. His older brother had one. You know how it was. The graphics were so much better than NES.
I can already tell this is Kyle.
So there was some allure there.
Clearly, Kyle.
I would occasionally get the chance to die playing Sonic or playing as Tails in Sonic 2, but my exposure was fairly limited. At one point, an X-Men game was released exclusive to Sega's console, and I rented the game myself to a system I didn't own and played maybe an hour total at this friend's house. So a weird situation that kids probably can't relate to today. I was able to get through the first 2 levels, but couldn't make any more progress in the small time window available to play. It was an okay game, not great, but fun to pick up your favorite X-Men characters and play a level. I got to play the first day, but the neighbor didn't want to play the following 2 days, and I had the rental. So I got pretty frustrated. I also left the game over at his house, since I wouldn't be able to do anything with the game if I took it home, not having the console myself. How long is this story?
Did you?
there is an issue, man.
so dense about
I haven't read through this yet.
For Kyle here,
the idea of renting a game for someone else's console is a neat idea.
It is a neat idea.
It is a neat idea.
I have done that a lot.
Really?
Growing up, you'd go to Blockbuster and I would rent a like Xbox game or a
Yeah, well,
PlayStation and
Chad's
play it with the buddies.
infamous as being a console mooch.
Did you ever mooch up Chase console? Did you ever mooch off of a Chase console?
Chase, I'm gonna give you a swirly later.
Doing a swirly requires an
Yeah,
extreme
Chad,
amount
do you
of
ever
physical
mooch off
training,
me?
I've learned.
Did you ever mooch off the things at my house? Because I definitely mooched off of your pool and your trampoline.
Oh my God, you had a trampoline.
Yeah, it was a trampoline.
Andy had a trampoline.
What did
growing
you
up.
rent? Did you rent some protein bars to?
Yeah. You have to laugh. You gotta rent something before you go.
All right. I'm gonna finish. I got about 6 more minutes. Since the following 2 days I was unable to play it, on the third day I showed up to pick up the rented game to return it, but my neighbor wasn't home, and his older brother said he'd take it back to the Super Video, local chain off Kingsland Boulevard in Katy, Texas. Weston and I know this well.
I don't remember it.
Oh, you could rent Game Boy games there. That was pretty cool. Oh, nice. Well, the next time I was renting the VHS of Back to the Future 2, it turned out the game was turned in late, like 5 days late. So there was a huge late fee that we got stuck with, and my parents were not happy. Anyway, this poisoned an already tenuous relationship, and should be the Johnny-come-lately of Genesis was a cruel temptress, the alluring other woman, while Nintendo was the good wife, reliable, the one who knows your true heart. This was a lesson hard learned, but never forgotten. As the saying goes, home is where the Nintendo is. Or is it Nintendo is where the home is? Either case, truer words were never spoken. Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you so much, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I think we can move on immediately.
He's a console mooch, just like you.
The console.
I was not
That's a console move.
I was not a console mooch. I just had friends whose parents would let them rent video games, so we would go rent them and then go to his house or like their house.
Who'd you do that to?
Zachary Marlowe.
Zachary Marlowe? Zachary Marlowe that grew up with you.
He moved away in like third or fourth grade or something.
Zachary,
You know what I
come
do
on the
remember?
podcast.
He was pretty wealthy. He had like
You know what? I do remember Chad's next door neighbors were a family of. They had 3 kids, and one of them was our age, one of them was a little younger, and one of them was, and they were girls, and then one of them was way younger. Like when we were in probably freshmen in high school, he was in 5th grade.
It was like 7th and 8th grade, and he was in like.
Oh yeah,
He was in like third
grade. And he had an Xbox, and his parents let him
And
play
I would
Halo.
go over and play Halo with
Chad
him.
and me would go
'Cause I
over and
didn't
play
have an
Halo. And this kid who's like way.
I spent a lot of time with a guy like 6 or 7 years younger than me.
super young.
It's kind of like Weston and I hanging out with you guys.
Are you guys mooching off of us?
On that note, guys, I got you a treat. Brett, let's play this.
All right, yeah, Weston has been itching for this.
This is a hack of Streets of Rage 2.
Okay.
Now you have to choose the correct character. You have to pick Garfield.
Oh, he's
I guess you can't. Okay, yeah, you be Garfield.
Is Garfield the only thing added in this hack?
Yep.
And Wonder Woman.
Here,
Got Wonder Woman?
No, I can't.
Is Streets of Rage
It's a beat 'em up.
a Genesis game? So is this a Genesis game?
Yeah,
God,
wait.
Garfield is so
Is
strong.
Garfield like way overpowered?
Play.
Well, I want to play now.
This wouldn't happen.
Okay, so while we play, Weston, give us why you're having us play this. What's going on?
I think that
Unrealistic,
Garfield
lot
is
of
the
colors
reason
on
for the
the
season,
lights.
and I thought this would be a nice outro for the podcast to just enjoy
Being Garfield and Streets of Rage 2.
Garfield taking out the trash, as it were.
Is Streets of Rage 2 a big Genesis game?
Oh yeah, this
can't
is
even
like one
read
of
that
the
street
great
sign.
Genesis games.
It's Garfield.
And is Garfield ever going to get his lasagna?
You'll have to play the game to find out, Brett.
Ow!
From all of us here at the Now You're Playing with Podcast.
Merry Christmas!
Merry
Christmas.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming to hang out with us at this brand new experiment that we did. I hope it was entertaining. I guess we'll see when we
Yeah,
get
we'll
to
see.
the edit.
It's probably gonna be a lot of work for Westin.
Not like the other episodes, right?
Westin puts a lot of work into this show.
You brought the beers though, so there's that.
I did bring the beers, and I brought Chad and Chase.
How does Garfield play?
I feel. Are we out? I think we're out.
Like slow rolling.
We're slow rolling.
The outro, yeah.
We should actually slow roll. Are we in the slow roll?
We're slowly coming back in, and we're back in. All right, we're back in.
We're slowly fading back in like Princess Irulan in the original Dune film.